Alright guys, King Kaleb back at it again. Videos just keep rolling on this here fucking channel. Back at it again with another rankings list of the draft picks. Y'all know what the fuck it be. We're doing D-Lineman and Linebackers in this here podcast, then we'll do corners and safeties in the next one. Watch King Kaleb podcast that dropped earlier today as of recording. That same shirt, you know the fucking vibes. Yeah. Jermaine Johnson the second out of Florida State is my 5th ranked edge rusher. Luckily this year, they're all DNs for the most part. There's no like outside linebackers that are really edges that aren't linebackers that aren't really DNs, hybrid shit like it's been the past couple years, you know. Like Caleb on Chason and what the fuck? My dude from the Giants. That was from Georgia. Forgot his name, but you guys know who the fuck I'm talking about, hopefully. Last year's draft. People like that. But yeah, Jermaine Johnson. I think all these guys are going to be first-round picks. First to second round. No, first picks, actually. Yeah, usually DNs, pass rushers, get drafted in first round nowadays. Because, you know, get a quarterback, have weapons for the quarterback. You know, quarterback tackle, receivers for offense get drafted first round more times than not, and then DNs and corners for the defense. So yeah, very good motor, very powerful edge rusher, bull technique, you know, just stuff like that. But he doesn't have good hand technique, is what they're telling me, and you'll get that with a lot of these DNs. It's like they don't have like necessarily moves in their repertoire, like swim moves or little, you know, back underhand cuts, shit like that. Aaron Donald like shit. That's where they all have to be developed in some aspects. Shouts out to Arnold Ebiketie out of Penn State and David Ajabo for my honorable mentions, by the way. I wanted to put them in there, but it's just, I want to do a top 5. I can't put 7 people, 8 people in the top 5, and there'll be way other good DNs too that are going to be drafted in this league, or drafted in this class. But I'm just doing top 5 for now. Trying to get this shit out the way. But yeah, and he lacks finesse. He's not the most finesse, like I said, guy. He can't really swim, move, and get under and hit the edge. But high strength, high power. He's not the fastest DN you'll see in this class, but I think he's a good, solid, safe pick. I don't see much bust. He might not have the greatest upside out of all of them, but I think he's going to be a consistent player. And the player comp that I saw that I somewhat agree with, again, these player comps aren't the exact, you know, same. You can tell me in the comments who you think's better comp-wise or how terrible they are. Shaq Lawson. Former Bengal, now with the Jets. There we go. We got Trayvon Walker out of Georgia, who's slowly becoming one of the more polarizing figures in this draft. We got people saying he should be a second, third round pick. We got people saying he should be first overall. I think with just his intangibles and how athletic he is, he's gonna be drafted in the first round, probably top 10. They love his stats, his combine, his workouts, shit like that. You know, very good explosiveness though, good leverage, bendy. Or not bendy, he lacks bend. He can't really bend his hips and his legs and his knees. That's the role. You know, get up in there in the tackle. You know, when you hit the big gap, you know those fat coaches that are out of shape, but they're trying to tell you how to do some shit. Anyway, very good leverage though to keep himself upright. Lacks bend and technique. That's where the Rashawn Gary comp is pretty good. I think he's capable of playing inside and outside. Was mostly used to stop the run, stop the gaps or the ends, prevent the nigga from going to the outside. You know what I'm talking. He goes. I'm trying to say. But so yeah, you can say that he wasn't used properly at Georgia. So will his skill sets blossom more in a system that uses him in different situations? So then we got George Karlaftis out of Purdue, another first-round pick, good explosiveness at the first step once the ball gets snapped, good power, can push you up, a little bendy, or a little lack of bending. Again, he doesn't have real moves. He's just, you know, mush power guy. I'm going to run through you technique. I don't know if I'm correct. They're saying he has short arms, I guess. That's a problem. That's why he's lower on some people's boards. I don't think it's done too bad again. Just like Jermaine, he's a pretty safe prospect, I feel like. Started for multiple years, knows how to get it done, just, to a degree where he's in contention for the first round. So Trey Hendrickson comp, like that comp a lot. They play very, very similar to me, at least. Number 2, Aiden Hutchinson. Great player. A lot of people might have him number 1. I will not disagree with you there. I think it's a very close thing, and it's more on... I think it's an upside conversation, as a lot of people do, who's on the Kayvon side of things. But, again, just like Karlaftis, good explosiveness and power. Very good technique. Maybe not the best, not technician down there, swimming moves and all that shit. Cons, he lacks outside moves, what the scouts are telling me. He can't really go over to the outside and get the runner. He might get stopped a little bit here and there. I don't care. He's going to be a great player for a great time. Great time. Max Crosby is a comp. Might be the most similar comp out of everyone and anyone in this draft. So yeah, I think he has the chance to be a perennial Pro Bowler like Max is currently. We'll see how long he can keep his momentum going. But I think these are 2 very great players. And then number 1, I got Kayvon Thibodeau out of Oregon. Explosiveness, motor, high motor, always playing till the whistle blows. Lacks technique again. That's like the biggest thing that I'm seeing when I look at cons. That they tell me it's all. Most of the time, I'm usually on NFL Network, and it's a load of malarkey. I'll tell you what, it's just talking points, and then it'll counteract the positives. It's like, didn't you just say he had that, but now he's not that good at it? But whatever. Jadeveon Clowney's a good comp, especially coming out of South Carolina. Just a big physical athlete who's athletic enough to run defend, and can blitz when need be. I just think he has a higher ceiling, personally, than Hutchinson. No hate at all, as he killed Nicholas Petit-Ferrer and my Buckeyes offensive line. Pooped on them. Number 5, we have Travis Jones out of UConn. We're at D tackles now, folks. 2nd to 3rd round pick. Very good, powerful, run-stopping guy. So maybe not in passing downs, you might not have him in it. Lacks the hand usage, how to get over the center. Lacks finesse because he's a big burly bastard. We like him a lot though. Jonathan Hankins is a good comp out of Las Vegas, who he re-signed, I believe, for 1 year deal. Number 4, my second home, Oklahoma. We go down to for Perion Winfrey. 2nd to 3rd round pick as well. Very explosive, quick, one step, good motor, hard effort player. Lacks the balance and linear movements you would need. Could get blocked up a little bit. Darnell Dockett, former Cardinals standout, if you guys remember back in the days, back in the early aughts. It's a good comp I like. Good comp I like indeed. DeMarvin Leal out of Texas A&M, who I like more than a lot of people. Again, just like Jalen Wademeyer, tied in for them. He was projected, like Leal, to be a first-round pick this year. I guess because Texas A&M had a, somewhat down year from the year before, that their projections are going down. And I guess they didn't play as well as they did before. But production measurables, skill sets. What do you prefer? Now, unlike my man Winfrey, right? It was Travis Jones. He has great hand usage. Can get up in there, strong, great technique. Probably the best out of this class, this D tackle class. Not that good of a run stopper, and he doesn't play as powerful as his size wouldn't tell you. At his peak, though, Chris Jones, be a perennial Pro Bowling D tackle. I feel like that's a good comp. I think he has it in him a lot, and I would bet on him. So. But would not be surprised if he fell down. That's why I have him 2nd to 4th round, because it could be damn near anywhere. Devonta Wyatt Devontae Wyatt out of Georgia. First or second round pick, I've seen more and more we get closer to the draft, first round pick, but again, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes down the second round. Great motor again, high tenacity, good lateral quickness, can chase down running backs and scrambling QBs. Doesn't have the best technique. He needs more moves. That's what I'm meaning when I talk about linemen. D-Lineman at least is swim moves, swaddle moves, hand moves, all that other stupid bullshit that I am not that hip on. I will not lie to you guys. And he lacks the hand usage. Corey Liggett, former Chargers D-tackle, if you guys remember him, is a good comp that I saw, especially when he came out of fucking college. The number one, of course, it should be. Well, maybe not, because some people do like Wyatt better than him, but Jordan Davis is just a genetic, athletic freak. People have been hyping the shit out of him. You've heard him a million times, but it's warranted. He's a great player. Great athleticism and power. Lacks bend because he is a big brawly bastard, and he doesn't have the quickest first step. But a good comp, Derek Brown, coming out of Auburn, now with the Panthers, I believe. I believe so. Being a good, intricate part of that young defense they have down there. Yes, in Carolina. I like that comp a lot. I like Derek Brown a lot coming out of college, and I like Jordan Davis as well. I can see, though, how people would be soured of him because of the hype. Now up to linebackers. Christian Harris out of Alabama, who I like a lot. Very great athleticism for a linebacker, especially this class. Shouts out to Chad Muma and Brian Osamoah. And other honorable mentions that I would like to add in this linebacker class. This linebacker class is like the tight end class for me. I think it's very deep. And if you are a needy team for linebackers, wink wink Eagles, teams like that, you're going to get, there's no way you wouldn't get, what you need. Damon Clark out of LSU, Troy Anderson, Montana State, very good athlete. Channing Tindall out of Georgia, Brandon Stumble, like I said, Oklahoma, Brandon Smith, Penn State, Darian Beavers, that's who I was looking for, Cincinnati. There's a lot of good guys in this class that I wanted to at least mention, who you can get in the later rounds could potentially be starters and Pro Bowlers and all that nonsense, folks. Just because they're not drafted in the first, second round that I'm talking about doesn't mean they cannot become, But this is just who I think right now, and either who's right now ready for the NFL or who has potential in my clueless eyes, folks. So, don't hold it as gospel, folks. But I like Christian Harris a lot. Very good athleticism, can blitz as well as most linebackers in this here fucking class, especially coming from the Mike or Sam position. He can play all around the field, though, I believe. He lacks coverage, though, and instincts, consistently reading what's going on in the field. Can get stopped up by blockers. Devondre Campbell is a comp out of Green Bay. He also played for the Cardinals. He was a all-pro player this year. Played the best year of his career. But I think he has a better upside, personally. I think he could just be a good, consistent starting linebacker for a needy team. Maybe not the highest of ceilings, but, good enough to want to pick. Then we got Quay Walker out of Georgia. I think I'm a little higher on him than most people. It's pretty inconsistent with him, too. Very good run recognition. Can track down the ball carrier. Good motor. Lacks coverage and body control. He could get, trampled, let's say. Not too crazy, but, held up good by blockers. Kenneth Murray with the Chargers now is a good comp. Two very good athletic Mike linebackers. And then Leo Chenal out of Wisconsin. Second round, he could sneak in the first round. Wouldn't be surprised. Very good, powerful linebacker. Probably the most powerful back in this class. But again, though, you lack coverage when you're a linebacker like that. Lateral agility. Might not run down running backs once they cut outside. But a good comp I saw was Brian Cushing. because with the power, very good blitzer. Hopefully he doesn't have the roids, which, it's all good. As you see my final two here, Nakobe Dean out of Georgia. First, second round pick. Again, it depends on what teams really need linebackers. Eagles, Lions. Are they willing to pick a linebacker in the first round? Yeah, very good, athletic linebacker. One of the more athletic backs in this class. Good at tracking the ball and attacking it. With his small frame, though, he lacks hitting the run lanes and really making an impact in the gaps. A good comp is Devin Bush, a good all-around, well-rounded linebacker who can cover and get to the ball carrier. Now, because of his frame, will he have a tackling issue? I don't think so, but would not be surprised if, all the Dean doubters like to talk about his frame and, if it translates or not, we'll see. But again, I'll bet on him. And then number 1 for me is Devin Lloyd out of Utah, 6'3", 237. Don't care about the weights. I don't know why I was doing that. First, second round pick again. Great physicality, great burst, pretty good athletic running back, I'd say. That's why there's a good Willie Gay comp. Of course, doing big things for the Chiefs. Just like Dean for a little bit, he lacks run stopping at that elite level. He can definitely get blocked pretty easily with a guard, pulling, shit like that. And he's not the greatest, surest tackler. He's all over the place, though. He's especially from, first experience watching the Pro Bowl. He was all over the place, but he's not the surest tackler. He more dives and angled tackles, so he's going to have to learn to just put his head up in there, get in there, get in the chest as they coach you up. So that's gonna do it for my front 7 for this here fucking podcast. I'll be back in the coming days, as always, to give you guys my corners and safeties, and then the mock draft coming up in the coming weeks. This has been your boy King Kaleb here, signing the fuck out.